All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you all for joining another webinar from Together for Tech Lives campaign. Um, it's an important campaign that we are taking up as professional congress. The Together for Tech Lives focuses on issues that are primarily looking at from a layoff and the related transitions. For those who don't know me, my name is Vinod Subramanian, part of the All India Professional Congress. I head the IT domain, and the Together for Tech Life campaign is something that we are driving from the IT domain part of the Professional Congress across the country. So this is going to be the second in the webinar series that we are doing, where today the topic that we have picked up is more in terms of um, opportunities, how people who are going through such a transition can find better opportunities, what sort of preparation they can do better. Because a lot of them reach out to us saying that, how do I find the next opportunity? What all prep I should do better? Things like that. Just to rewind, the previous session that we had was focused on some of the labor laws that we should be aware of, and how to make sure that all the engineers or software engineers or IT professional or IT enabled services people are aware about those compliances, entitlements, etc., so that they are in a better space when they have to have these sort of tough decisions, right? So we are making sure that those awareness, legal awareness, is also there as a part of the TFTL campaign. Um, Having said that, today's topic will focus more around the hiring, recruitment, etc. So we have a speaker here, Zeeshan, who will take us through some of those important points that we need to keep in mind. Um, Before I hand it over to Zeeshan, I want to request Pallavi if you want to talk briefly about Professional Congress at large.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I will actually keep it short because very eager to listen to Zishan. All India Professionals Congress is the country's only platform for professionals to participate in the political process. It is a group that has which is domain based. So we have various domains like IT, of course, and then healthcare, uh, finance, arts and culture, environment, etc. And under these domains, we kind of try to do issue advocacy of people within the domain. We also have different state teams which take care of particular issues of professionals within the state. Recently, we have actually seen one of our movements come full circle, which ended with a beautiful policy, which is the office wellness policy in Kerala, and that is the kind of work that we are involved in. We pick up issues of burning issues of professionals and see how we can give it the momentum through listening circles, try to understand what the core problems are, develop solutions along with professionals and all other stakeholders, and then eventually, hopefully, end into policy change and influence policy. And that is what we are. And these talks are very much that we're going to have today are very much part of that process. I think over to you, over to the team to carry on with the talk.
Thanks, Pallavi. So now we will have our facilitator for today, Zishan, to walk us through some of the hiring trends and what are the preparation that we should do if somebody is going through such a transition. So, Zishan, I invite you to take over and please introduce yourself and take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinod. Hi, everyone. A very good morning. I am Zeeshan. I have around a decade of experience into talent acquisition and currently based in Bangalore. So, today we'll be speaking on the topic from layoff to recruiter ready. So, first of all, thank you for taking out time to invest in yourself today. And if you are in this virtual room, there are chances that you are navigating a transition, or maybe you are really impacted, or maybe you are seeing restructuring which is happening in your industry, or maybe you are into a career break and finding a current market trend very difficult to crack. So, first of all, we need to understand that layoff is a business event. It is not a reflection of your talent, your character, or your worth. It is just a business event. And in today's economic landscape, layoffs are systematic. It's not at all personal. And today, we are going to take the control back. We are moving from a state of anxious applying to systematic targeting and systematic applying to all the positions. So I'm going to show you how to rewrite your resume, turn your LinkedIn profile into a magnet for the recruiters, and tap into the hidden job talent market that standard portals and which usually never shows you. Okay. Before we jump in, let's test out on the chat on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is completely overwhelmed and 5 is ready to conquer the market. So I want all of you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 is if you are completely overwhelmed. 5 is if you are ready to conquer the market. How are you feeling today? Drop in your numbers in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I see a lot of 2s and 3s, and that's completely neutral. Okay. And my goal will be today to get everyone in this room closer to 5 by the end of our session. So let's start with the session. Um, Starting with rebuilding momentum. Okay. Let's talk about building momentum. When you lose a job, the biggest shock which you face is the loss of a routine. You going from having a structured 10-hour work day, walking up with an empty, and then working up with an empty calendar. Okay. The temptation is to fill that calendar with chaotic actions, what you usually do, but we should not do that. Walking up, like waking up, opening your laptop, and then clicking easy apply on hundreds of job listings before lunch. But let's be real, that isn't building the momentum. That is a slot machine which you're doing. It's burning you out and it's yielding no return. Okay. True momentum is basically structured. It's about knowing exactly what to do and when to do and how to focus on quality over the volume. So today we'll build that structure. Let's go to the next page. Okay. So tackling gaps and career gaps. Okay. Let's tackle two biggest obstacles that freeze the job seekers. One is the career gaps, and second one is if the person is out of job, they are like, can they accept any job just for survival, which is known as survival jobs. Okay. So first, let's focus on the left-hand column, the 6 month gap. Okay. Most people are feeling embarrassed by saying that they are having a gap in their career. Okay. And they try to hide that, or they try to apologize in the interview by saying, okay, I'm very sorry that I have a gap of 3 months or 6 months or an year or so. Okay. But let's look it through a recruiter's lens. Okay. They usually don't care if you have a career break. Okay. They care is that if you are becoming passive during that break. Okay. And how you have to show that? If you have a gap, own it, reframe it on your resume. Okay. Don't leave blank spaces. Frame it as, you can say so, sabbatical, and then core engineering upskilling. Okay, so it will be showcased as sabbatical, but it will be also showcasing that you were building engineering skills, you were upskilling your engineering skills during that period of sabbatical. Okay, or you can also mention as an interim advisory project. Okay, so show that while you were not on a corporate payroll, your brain has never stopped working. Okay, now let's focus on the right hand column, accepting any job. Okay, if you need to take a stopgap or bridge the job to pay the bills, keep your sanity, and secure your finances, do it. There's no harm, there is no wrong in taking any kind of job. There is, you should not be ashamed in protecting your livelihood. Okay? The trick is how to position yourself. Okay, on your core resume, you can frame a temporary job as contract consulting. If it is completely outside your field, that is also completely fine. Okay, you can choose to leave it off and highlight your ongoing skills during that period. Okay, so you can make it as contract consulting and then upskilling on XYZ skills which we were doing in that period of sabbatical. Okay, now I want a quick raise of hand, just or type gap if you are currently not working or if you have a gap in your resume of more than 6 months. I just want to check in the chat. Anyone having a gap? Okay, one. Okay. So, Azad, you are not alone. It's a common market reality nowadays. Let's make a pact today to stop apologizing for our gaps and start reframing again. Okay? Over to the next slide, Vasu. Okay, so how many of you feel that you are applying to jobs and it's like a black hole for you? You are applying, 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 and no reply you are getting from the recruiters. How many of you feel that? Or how many of you has gone through this situation? Okay. So we call this as apply and no reply loop. It happens because there are three structural problems, and we are going to fix those three structural problems. One is the volume trap, second is ATS rejection, and third is missing the decision maker. Uh, there is some background noise. Can you just mute your? Can you just mute yourself? Anyone? Okay, perfect. Yeah. So the first part is the volume trap, which is sending your resume to 200 random listings, which means you are playing a lottery that इसमें नहीं हुआ तो किसी में तो हो जाएगा. It's like that. So we need to shift from that high volume automated apply to high value targeting applications. Okay. Second is ATS rejection. So if your resume is very complex, the ATS, which is the applicant tracking system, which is just a simple search engine, it can't read it. If it can't read it, it will discard yourself before reaching to a recruiter. Okay. So you have to make yourself your resume an ATS friendly resume so that it is not discarded before reaching to the recruiter. And the third part is missing the decision maker. Okay. So apply through job portals is like a passive strategy, but we need to pair each and every application with a targeted like 100-word LinkedIn messages, and which will be sent straight to the team leader or the hiring manager or a senior leader in that industry, in that organization, not industry. Okay. Over to the next page. Okay, coming to the resume blueprint. This brings us to the phase one, where we'll be talking about your resume. And let's change how we view this document. Your resume is not a historical log of every single thing which you have done since college. It's a marketing brochure, and you have to market or basically sell yourself to the organization. Okay, let's look at how to build it so that both the algorithms and the humans say yes to your resume. Okay, over to the next page. Okay, so how to build an ATS friendly resume? First of all, let's beat the machine, the applicant tracking system, because that is the first gateway of you to get into the organization. If your resume is not ATS friendly, your resume will be rejected in the initial stage only by the ATSs, and it will land into junk of the recruiter, where obviously recruiter won't see your resume, and you won't be notified also that you are not being considered for that role. Okay. So I'm going to share a truth that may surprise some of you. The prettier your resume is, the more likely it is to fail the ATS passing test. Okay. Let's look at the rules on this slide. First is a single column. Okay. Multi-column layouts or graphics or tables or rating bars are highly confusing, and especially for the ATSs or the who are scanning your resume. Okay. The computer reads left to right, line by line. And when you have two columns, it reads them together, creating a scrambled mess. And keep it keep it very clean, vertical, and single column stacked. Okay. The next is the keyword integration. Okay. So you must match the language of the job post. If a job post asks for stakeholder alignment, your resume says managing client relationship. So the machine might miss the match, use the exact word which is used in the job description. I'll just give you an example how you can do that. So you can copy the link of the job description, paste it on ChatGPT, and then paste your current resume on ChatGPT, and then give a prompt to ChatGPT that basis this job description, can you enhance my resume, which will be almost like 90% or 100% relevant to the job which is mentioned in the job post. Okay, you can easily get your resume changed by AI. The next is clean date formats. Keep your dates standard like month, year, or month, YY, and align them to the right, specially. Okay? Standard web safe formats. So some fonts can be very confusing. So we need to stick to very standard formats, which is accepted, like clean formats, any formats like Arial or Calibri format. Okay. Over to the next page. Okay. So anatomy of a high impact resume. Now that the machine can read your resume, a human recruiter will read it. After it has been screened through the ATS, applicant tracking system, a human recruiter will be scanning that resume. Okay. On an average, so recruiter spends around 4 to 6 seconds looking at the resume before deciding to drop it or keep it. Okay. So it should be so catchy that they have to catch your resume, your skills in just 4 to 6 minutes. Okay. So to win, sorry, to win that 6 minutes, we must stop writing like task based bullet point, and we should start writing impact based statements. Can you please mute yourself? I can hear your background voice. Okay, thank you. Okay, so to win those 6 seconds, we must stop writing task based bullet points, and we should start writing impact based statements. Okay, so there is a formula for that. Use the formula which is mentioned on this slide, which is action verb plus accomplished metric plus strategic method use. Okay. So instead of, I'll just give you an example. Instead of writing a passive bullet point like I was responsible for running social media channels, uh, instead you can write as increased organic social media engagement by 45% in 6 months by launching a developer video content pipeline using Adobe Suite. Okay. So this is where you are mentioning everything. You are mentioning the metric, you're mentioning the method, and you're mentioning the tool which you have used. Okay. So if you will use this on your resume, you will for sure see the difference. Next slide, please. Vasu, next slide. Vasu, are you able to hear me? Next slide.
Uh, hello. I think there is some this thing with my internet. I'm trying to go to the next slide. Got done.
Yeah. No. The next slide.
Is it
I'm not able.
reflected?
No, it's not. No,
Now,
no, no. Just before this. Just before this. There's one more slide. There is one more slide in between this,
it
Vasu.
says anatomy of a high impact.
After this. After this.
No. Oh, acha. This one?
It's not. No, 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 no. We have to go before. We haven't started LinkedIn. Before this. Before this.
This before this it says anatomy of a high impact resume, and that's all I have.
Okay, no problem. I will give an example of a perfect resume and how a perfect resume looks like. So, first edit the summary of the top of your resume. It isn't a vague, objective statement like hardworking professional, looking to grow in the organization, or either you should use as who you are, like an enterprise system engineer with 8+ years specializing in microservices. Okay. Second is your quantified achievements which you have done. Okay. So, like, you must ask the question to yourself first before writing this resume, that did I save my team's time, or did I save streamlining the process, or did I streamline any process, or did I prevent any bug? If yes, then mention those things. Okay. How much time you have saved for your team. Okay. What process have you streamlined, and how did you streamline that process? Okay. Have you prevented any bug? If yes, then what type of bug was it? Third, the skill matrices. Okay. Look at how the skills are categorized into clusters. This will make it incredibly easier for a recruiter eyes and the ATS scanner to say yes to your profile. Now the next slide. Next slide. Also.
Yeah, it's just
Sure.
give me a moment. It's taking a while. I don't know. It's not reflective. My internet is
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we'll focus on your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so this is the phase two of our webinar today, your LinkedIn profile. Think of LinkedIn not as an online resume, but it is your active professional billboard. Okay, when a recruiter is going through your LinkedIn profile, they are searching LinkedIn using specific keywords. If your profile is not optimized, you simply do not show up in their search results. Okay, and let's make sure now that your profile becomes visible to the recruiters who are searching for relevant profiles for their job. Next, please. Okay, so the crucial updates on your LinkedIn profile. Okay, let's make these three major profile updates today. Okay, the first is the headline of your LinkedIn. Okay, this is single most important piece of real estate on your profile. It it usually should say that your target job title plus two to three major skills and one major win. Usually, what people write is actively seeking new roles or open to work. Okay, so this won't help you in getting to the recruiters, because obviously they won't be searching by these keywords, that open to work or like who are actively seeking new roles. Okay, instead you will be writing as looking for work into the job filters. So there are multiple filters. Once you have mentioned your LinkedIn summary, basically by mentioning your job title, two core skills, and one major win, just mention there is an option of open to work. If you just toggle that button, open to work, recruiters will be notified that you are open to work. Okay. The second thing is the first person about section. Okay. Write your summary in the first person by writing I. Share your career story. What drives you? What complex problems you enjoy solving? And what values you are going to have. And finish with a clear list of core competencies. Okay. The third section is the featured section. Okay. Don't never and ever leave this section blank. Pin your best assets here, like your resume, a link to your portfolio, or a high value post which you wrote, or a certification which you have done recently. So give visiting recruiters immediate proof of your expertise which you are possessing. Okay. Over to the next slide. Okay. So step by step profile polish. How to polish your profile step by step. There are three steps: virtual professionalism, skills and endorsement, and the recommendation section. Okay. Let's start with virtual professionalism. First of all, your photo must be very clean, high contrast, and friendly. Do not use any cropped wedding photos or group photos or anything with a different background. It should be a very plain background at the back. Okay? Your banner image is a free billboard. Use a clean tool like Canva to create a simple customized banner listing your core expertise area. So there are two types there. One is your professional photo or your profile photo, and then above that there is a banner. If you want to create a banner, just use Canva. Canva is usually free. You can create your banner which mentions your current skill sets or which mentions your current organization. Okay, so just mention that and create a very good very good you can say so, like, heading for your profile. Okay. The next thing is skills and endorsements. Okay, you can add up to 50 skills in your profile in LinkedIn. Okay, but make sure you should put your top three skills. You should pin your top three skills on the top. The LinkedIn algorithms, what they do is they prioritize candidates whose top three pinned skills matches the search query. Okay, so basically, if you are a Java developer, so top three skills, just a rough example, top three skills for you would be Java, microservice, and SQL. Okay. Third part is recommendation. So social proof is very powerful. Reach out to any former colleague or managers and say that I am polishing my profile, and would you be open to write a very short recommendation about our time working together. Okay. And then once you get the recommendation from them, you can write a recommendation for them also, so that they are happy that you have also written a recommendation for them. Over to the next slide. Okay. Coming to the personal branding section. Okay. Let's explore this section. The word branding basically sounds like intimidating or corporate. Some people will think that I'm not an influencer. Why should I? Sorry, Vasu. You raised your hand.
So Zeeshan, I seem to be having two versions of it. Would you like me to share the other version?
No
This
problem.
seems
No problem. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No
I
problem.
must have.
No problem. Okay, perfect. So, coming to the personal branding one. So people are like, I'm not an influencer. Why should I post? Why should I post? But in competitive market, the most visible candidate who is visible in social media or who is visible on LinkedIn, they wins, and not always the most qualified candidate. Okay, so basically, personal branding is simply documenting your expertise and sharing your thoughts in public. It proves that you know what you are talking about before even hopping to an interview call. Over to the next page. Okay. Um, how to start posting without feeling like an imposter? You can use three simple content pillars. Okay. First is the technical insight, second is industry perspectives, and third is authentic lessons. Okay. Coming to technical insights, so share a walkthrough of a problem you have solved at work. Talk about a framework which you use, or review a new tool in your space. The next is industry perspective. Read an industry report or an article. Okay? Share your three key takeaways with your network. It shows that you understand what your industry is heading towards to. Okay? Third is authentic lessons. Talk about the career transition openly. Okay? Share what you have learned from recent certification or what books have helped you stay resilient. You don't need to post like you don't need to post each and every day. Start with like two or three short posts, easy to read posts within a week. So every week you should post like two to three very short posts which is easy to read, because if you are writing a very long post, obviously people won't look at your post and won't read through that. So make it very short, crisp and concise. Okay. So audience which is interacting the prompt. Next three thing is, let's be honest. Have you posted anything on LinkedIn in the past 30 days? Anyone? Looks like people are not very active on LinkedIn. No problem. Over to the next page. Okay. Amplifying your brand influence. Okay. So if you are starting with a very small audience, like posting original content can feel like talking to an empty room. Okay. Here is the ultimate shortcut, which I'll be telling you to build immediate visibility, the comment one. So you have to comment to multiple posts instead of like stressing over original post or going through multiple posts. Identify 10 to 15 different industry leaders first. Okay. Or the active hiring managers or founders of organization which is relevant to your field. Okay, bookmark their profiles first, and then every time they post, don't just leave a generic post like good post or very nice, thoughtful. Okay. However, just curate 3 to 4 sentence insights regarding that post. Okay, and post that comment regularly in each and every post, and you have to again curate your comment basis the post which they are posting. Okay, so their followers are visiting, their recruiters will read your comments, and if it is smart, they will click on your profile. They'll click on your profile, and then you might get a job. Coming to the next page, Vasu. Okay, coming to the fourth phase, which is channels and networking. Okay, we are entering into our final phase. So, do you know that over like 70 to 80% of the jobs are never posted on public job boards? This is called the hidden job market. And if you're applying through the traditional job tabs, you are competing with 90% of the applicants' pool for just 20% of the opportunities which is available online. So let's learn how to access that 80% of the job, which is the hidden job market. Over to the next page. Okay, advanced LinkedIn search hacks. So here we'll talk about the direct hack to bypass the HR portals and find team leaders who are looking out for immediate talent right away. Okay. So instead of clicking to the jobs tab in LinkedIn, go to the main LinkedIn search bar and use a search string with quotes and uppercase operators. For example, it's mentioned here like um, inverted commas hiring and inverted commas product manager in the search bar, or inverted commas looking for and inverted commas React developers. Okay, hit search and then apply these two critical filters. One is filter by post. So it will be filtering all the posts which is mentioned where they have mentioned like hiring and product managers, or they have mentioned like looking for React developers. Okay, so they'll filter all type of posts there. Okay, the next thing is filter by date. So you have to filter when you go to the filter by date tab, just filter past 24 hours or past week. So it will be just showing all the posts which is relevant to you, where it's mentioned like hiring product manager, and which is a post which is mentioned on anyone's profile. And then it will be basis like either posted last 24 hours or either posted in last 1 week. Okay. So what you'll see is you will see the real time feed of founders, engineering directors, or VP leads, which is posting on their who are posting on their personal accounts. Over to the next page. Okay. Coming to high impact senior networking. So networking is not only about asking strangers for favors. If you're messaging someone you don't know and say, "Hi, can you refer me to this job?" Obviously, they'll ignore your message. Okay. Instead, what to do is you have to target 15 key people first. Okay. Like 15 VPs or directors or engineering managers or team leads in the companies which you admire for. Okay. Second is nurture them first. So leave thoughtful comments, as I've told you earlier. Also, leave thoughtful comments on their posts for 1 or 2 weeks, so that they recognize your name, so that they are able to recognize you. Okay, this person has commented on my post. Okay, now lower the pressure. You send a direct message to them, and directly don't ask for job. Ask for advice or mentorship from them. Okay, send a message like, "Hi, I love your insights on scaling tech teams. I am navigating a career pivot and would value your perspective on where the industry is heading, and do you have 10 minutes for a virtual catch up?" So something like these you can mention, and you can just hit send. People sharing their advice once build a genuine connection, then they'll often look out for opportunities on your behalf. Over to the next page. Okay, coming to the best job search channels. Okay, first is a referral and warm networking. So this accounts for around 85% of successful job placements. It is far the most effective channel which you have seen. The next is direct recruiter outbounds, where profiles attract around 50%. Next is niche platforms, where the conversion is around 35%. And the last is cold portal applicants, where job seekers are spending most of their time, like 90% of their time, job seekers are spending on cold portal applications. And it converts to only 8% of the success. So if you are like spending your entire day filling out cold applications on massive boards, you are choosing the least effective strategy to get a job. So spend 20% of your day on that portal and 80% on building connections and optimizing your visibility. Over to the next page. Okay. Coming to the Indian job portal ecosystem. Okay. First is I can talk about InstaHire, which is fantastic for premium tech roles and GCCs. Their AI engine will match your profile directly with multiple engineering hubs in Bangalore or Pune or Hyderabad or Gurgaon, skipping the agency middleman. The next is CutShot. It is very great for product companies and startups. It enforces like high salary transparency and lets you message engineering leaders directly. Third one is Naukri Enterprise. This is excellent for reaching mass enterprise and large scale GCC hubs. Then we have Herky. Herky is basically a dedicated platform for women tech professionals, either like offering like career restart programs or mentorship programs or diversity hiring campaigns. So there are multiple diversity hiring campaigns which organizations do. One of the diversity hiring campaign which I have done in my past experience is Accelerate. This program was for women who were on a break. So this can be any kind of break. This can be sabbatical, this can be maternity break, but the break should be of more than 6 months. Okay. What we used to do is we used to have just 2 rounds of interview and we used to take them on internship for a year. Okay. And then based on the performance during that internship, we used to convert them on board. So this was focused on specifically women candidates and who were on a break. Okay. Over to the next page. Okay. Niche and remote job portals. So while you're searching for your next permanent job or full-time role, do not ignore contract, consulting, or freelance opportunity. They'll keep your skills sharp, prevent gaps, and keep cash flowing active. First option is freelancing work on Upwork. So this package your skills into specific bite-sized project that is like technical writing or landing page development or QA. Okay, it's a great way to secure like immediate income. Next option is high-end consulting. Okay, so if you have 5+ years of experience in an industry, register on these expert networks like GLG, Alpha Sites, or Maven. Okay, And then global investment firms will pay you $100 or $300 an hour just to get a phone call and ask about your industry trends. Okay. The next option is gray collar apps, which is like Apna, great for rapid, localized contract placement, sales support, or operational projects. Over to the next page. Okay, now coming to the 30-day transition blueprint. Okay, let's come together to bring this 30-day battle plan and do not try to do everything in one single day. Focus on weekly sprint, like the first week. Sorry, yeah, like the first week, day 1 to day 7. First is you should focus on optimizing. Don't reach out to anyone yet. Okay. Focus on your foundation. Simplify your resume in single column. Rewrite achievements using the formula which I've already showed, and optimize your LinkedIn headline. The next week, second week, which is day 8 to day 15, target. So use our Boolean search and hacks to find hiring posts, identify 15 companies you want to target, and locate the team leaders of those organizations. Okay. The third week, day 16 to day 22, which is your engagement week. Okay. Start leaving smart comments on your post of your target people. Okay. And publish your Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you're audible.
Okay. Yeah. So this was week 3. Week 4, which is day 23 to day 30. This is the pitching week where you are reaching out to your targets with very short or value first messages, or request brief information chats, or set up your freelancing profiles to secure like safe income. Yeah. Over to the next page. Okay. Here it is. We have covered a complete step-by-step roadmap today. So I'll leave you with one final thought. Your current transition is just a single chapter in your journey and not the whole book. Thank you. We are open for
Thanks,
questions.
Zeeshan.
Sure.
Question. So yes, I see, I think 1 or 2 questions here. So Atul Kumar is asking, what is job trend in tech sector?
If we talk about job trend is not very great, which is trending currently, because of what the organizations are doing currently is they are over hiring people, and then once they have overhired, they are then letting them go. Okay, so these are again, which I've already told you, it doesn't depend on your performance, it depends on organizational structure. Most of the organization, what they are doing is they are restructuring their org. Okay, because of AI, what they do is, so first of all, if there is a work they have to complete in a timeline of 15 days, so they used to require like 15 developers for that work to complete in 15 days. Now with the use of AI, the same work they are getting done in 15 days by the use of 10 developers. Okay, so what you have to do is, it's not like that AI is taking your job. It's just that you have to stay updated in the market, stay updated with the trends which is going in the market, and update your AI skills. Yeah. Next question also.
Relationship, right, with people, as in VPs and directors, right? So like, can you tell us something about informational interviews with them, as in like what are informational interviews and how successful are these when I request an informational interview from a VP, for example?
Okay, so as I already told, that it's not directly that you are reaching out to them and asking for referrals or asking for help. Okay, first just try to engage with them, try to engage on their post, and then eventually don't directly ask for referral or don't directly ask that you are in need of job. Can you just help me in getting a job? Instead, can you can you just help me in advising the current market trends, or can you help me? I am stuck somewhere in this. Can you help me navigate through this? Okay, and then once you are in call with them, then you can eventually discuss about the job opportunity also with them. Okay. Vasu, next question.
Experience, how do I approach or convince the recruiter or company to make me take me in a product manager role?
Okay, so yeah, if you don't have any experience in product management, first of all, what you should do is you should do some certifications on product management, because for sure the company won't hire you if you are a backend developer and you want to go and you aspire going into a product management field. Okay, you should show something which you have done, like a certification which you have done, or if the best way which I can suggest is go for internal job postings. Okay. So if you are a backend developer in your organization and there is a job posting of a product manager in your organization, try applying for that internally. Because if you are going through the internal job posting and if you are an internal employee, clearing the interview will be quite easier than clearing an interview of a product manager in a different organization in the market. Okay, because for sure, as I told you, they won't hire you if you don't have experience or you don't have the certifications. Okay, so once you get into this role, initially you can stay like for a couple of months or a year or so, and then you can eventually move out, and then it will be very easy for you because you will be having experience in product management along with the certifications or courses which you have done in product management. Next question, I can see, what tech stack do you anticipate a
Right.
hiring spike
So
in?
Adil Aziz says, what tech stacks do you anticipate a hiring spike in?
Uh, Multiple tech stacks. Okay. So if I talk about backend tech stack, Java is very common. And nowadays, people are moving from Java to Golang. So these two tech stack, which I think, especially in the backend field, is very booming. Next is about front end technologies. If you talk about front end technologies, it's basically JS. Okay, it can be Vue.js, it can be React.js, it can be Angular. Yeah. Uh, Over to the next question. Please share your views on technical writing trends for professionals in 20, 15 to 20 years experience range. I am sorry, Sriraj, I couldn't get the question. If you can just come off mute and ask your question directly.
Yeah, basically, what are hiring managers looking for? Very senior professionals in the technical writing domain, because we are all working on AI only.
Mhm.
AI is the trend now. So just wanted to understand your views about it.
I am not very sure on the technical writing domain because I've never hired a technical writer in my whole career. So I think I can come back to you, Sriraj. I can come back to you on this.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Please share the tools for job search that you mentioned in your slide. So this slide will be shared by everyone. So I think you can get a hang over it. And if you have any questions, queries, you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn. It's with the same name, Zeeshan Mallick. Vasu, anything else? Any more questions? Vasu, are you there?
Perhaps she has some tech issue. I don't see any more questions.
I think we are
Yeah,
dot on time.
yeah, we are not on time.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
one second.
Uh,
Basu, are you there?
yes, I'm here. I think we have answered most of the questions. So let me ask one last question. Azad Anupam is asking on this International MSME Day, can we leverage emerging technologies like AIPCs to empower micro enterprises? And what practical steps can AIPC take to build strong IT professional networks in Odisha's three-tier cities to drive this digital transformation? I think this is out of the scope of this topic, but if anybody else, Vinod or Pallavi, wants to take it up, it would be good. Or we can just
No,
say that it's a
definitely.
longer
No,
discussion.
definitely we'll take this call. Vinod, are you there? I don't know if Vinod is on the call. If you
Yeah,
want, yeah, okay.
I'm here.
Please go ahead.
I think this is a question probably is a different, it's a great question, but from a topic perspective, maybe we can take it up later. Just note it down so we can circle back with
Yeah. But just for the audience who's listening,
Sure, shall do.
I'll just add in that definitely that is in state like that. Anybody can reach out to us. We can just drop in our numbers in chat. And also, you can reach out to us on our AIPC email ID, which is there on our website, or any of our social media messengers. You can just write to us if you want to be part of All India Professionals Congress and grow the professional network. Through the organization, everyone is most welcome to do that, right? So, then I can just drop in our numbers. Vasu, you may also, if you wish to, drop in your numbers on chat.
Sure, definitely will do.
And Vasu, if you can just share the PPT also, if you can.
Yes, I'll do that. I'll share it on all the
Sure,
respective state IT groups. And
sure.
Zeeshan, do we have your permission to for the people to share it within their networks as well?
That should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine.
Thanks, Zeeshan. So I have also put my number in the chat box for people who would like to connect with us later on.
Perfect.
So thank you all for joining in. I think this was quite a successful event. And thank you, Zeeshan, for this very insightful talk. And thank you
Thank
for
you.
letting us share your PPT as well. Many people are very cagey about it, you know.
No
And,
problem.
closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think it was a good informative session. As I said in the beginning, this is a part of some of the webinar series that we are doing, the Together for Tech Lives campaign. So we will have similar topics coming up in the next month as well. So stay tuned. And the recording of this will also be available in the YouTube. So it can also be, you can also use it to share with your colleagues who might benefit from this sessions as well. So stay connected. As Pallavi mentioned, if you're keen to know about Professional Congress, please get in touch with us. We'll be able to guide you further. Otherwise, thank you all for your time. And thanks, Ishan, for a great session.
Thank you, Vinod. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.